I'm Nitesh Goyal and welcome back to our channel ML4 Analytics. In this video tutorial, we will be learning that how you can understand what kind of data you are working on, or you can say the quality of the data with the help of Power BI. So without wasting time, let's start with it. So here is the data that I'm going to use. So first of all, let's see in the source that what kind of data there is. If I go over here, you can see this is the first column which I have labeled companies, second is timestamp, and third is the number of years the company is old. So the first value is ML, then again ML, however in small characters, then Microsoft, and there is something written as white. However, I have entered some carriage return over here, so you are not able to see the complete text over here, but how I will be showing you that what that complete text is. But just please do note that there are so many spaces between H and I over here. So how does Power BI tackle it and how they can represent it? Or if I want to understand that how many spaces actually there are. So how we are going to work on that, and if there is a question in your mind that how many unique values does a column contain or how many distinct values there are, so this is the right video for you. So guys, stay tuned with me and I'm going to tell you that how you can do all that. So all you have to do is, first of all, go into the view option in the Power Query editor. In that option, you can click on this column quality function. There are so many more options. I will be explaining all those as well, and they are very good to use and they will come handy whenever you are working with very large data sets. So first of all, I am going to explain the column quality function. What it does is, let's first of all remove it. Now you can see this is only the data that we have. Now if I go and click on the column quality, now it is showing me these kind of matrices, like how many values are there valid, or is there any error in the column or not, or how many values are there empty, or the null values are there. It is giving me all those information, and considering you have some, let's say 10 empty values, and if you want to remove them, just hover over here, click on this, and it tells you that you want how you can remove the empty values. Just click on this and it will remove your empty values. You can remove duplicates over here and many more, but still you don't know how many duplicates are there. Considering this is a very small data set, just 5 rows, we can clearly see there are, but in reality we are working with millions of rows. Then how you are going to work with that? So to tackle that, what you can do is go over here again and click on this column profile option. Now what it does is, it gives you a complete description of the column you are working with. It first of all tells you that how many rows there are or how many values there are in the given table, and are there any errors or not, are there any empty values in that, and how many values among these values are distinct, and how many values there are unique, what is the empty string if there is any. These are the min and max values, considering these are only the alphabetical order values. For example, if I go over here, it will give me numerical values for the min and max. For, let's say, min it is 2, for the max it's 45, and there are many more values to understand over here for the numerical column. I will come back to it. So first of all, let's see this one only. So for the minimum value, it is giving me capital M and L. For the max value, it is giving me small m and L, because the ASCII, it is kind of working for the ASCII code, or it is giving preference to the capital letters over the small letters. Now again, a thing to note over here is, it is telling me there are 4 distinct values. So what are those? Capital ML, small ml, Microsoft, white space option. Yes, there are 4 distinct values. However, there are only 3 unique values, because this ML and this ML are ideally the same value, only the character size, or the, I would say, it is capitalized of version of this one, so still the value is same. So whenever you are working with unique values, it will always consider them in, let's say if you have all values in capital order and some are in small letters, it will consider them equally. Like it may either convert all of them as in small alphabetical order, then compare them, and will tell you how many values are unique. And here is a graphical representation of the value distribution. When I hover over here, it tells me that how many values are there for ML. It is saying 40%. For small ML, it is 20%. For Microsoft, 20%. For white space option, it is 20% again. Now going back to the next column, timestamp. Here we can see that all the values are different. So for distinct and unique, we are getting as 5, and for all of these, we are getting the equal percentage, that is 20%. So there is nothing much over here. For the min value, it is T1. For the max value, is T5. Now coming to the number type column. Here, the graphical representation also modifies. Instead of the long horizontal graph, it is giving me the vertical graph, but still the data is same, that is percentage over here, and again and again. The difference over here is that we got some new values. Instead of empty, it is giving me NaN, and there is a new column which is counting how many zeros are there in this numerical column. And min and max values. The min value is absolutely 2 and the max value is absolutely 45, and it is also providing me the standard deviation and average, which comes very handy while working on some analytical work, and that's what the Power BI is for. It also provides me how many numbers are even and how many numbers are odd. So that is quite a lot of information that we are getting from this column profile option. Also, if you don't want this much information, you want a little bit less information, all you can do is go to column distribution column and click on it. So it shows you summarized version. Let's say how many distinct values are there, how many unique values are there, and by this you can see. And from here only, since I know my column has, let's say, 5 rows, but only 4 values are distinct, and that is 80%. So there are duplicates over here. So if I will be clicking on this remove duplicate option, it just removes the capital ML option again, not this one. It has kept small ml because it is a distinct value. However, while working with unique, it was not considering it as a unique value at that time. So let's remove this step. Now, this is for the column distribution. If I see is this row, earlier I said there were, let's say, many spaces between H and I. However, it is showing me only a single space over here, and there is no carriage return, though I did enter that. To visualize that thing, what you can do is go to this option, show white space. What it does is it shows you the new line and white space characters. So let's click on it. Now you can see that there are these many spaces, and there were 2 enters or the carriage returns after the white and the space. So these were all hidden earlier, but now they are properly visible to me. So this helps a lot while you want to, let's say, separate this column or divide this column into multiple columns depending upon the carriage return. Then this option comes in handy a lot, just to visualize the column or the data of the columns and to understand the data. You can use all these 4 options and they are very useful. And the last thing, if you want to see, let's say, monospaced characters, so just click on it and you will get the monospaced character visualization. So now let's try adding a 0 into the last column to check how many zeros it does tell me, whether there were zeros or not, as we were getting that option earlier. So let's create a value over here, let's say 0, and let's mark this as 0 and click over OK over here. So now if I go to the column profile, it should ideally provide me all the details. Let's say how many zeros were there in this column, and over the 0 you can see that it is counting 2 zeros over here. So that's what this option was about. However, I am not able to create the NaN option for you at the moment. as this is the data that I have created myself. However, this will also come in handy when you are working in the real life scenarios. So guys, this is it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please do share and subscribe this channel, and I hope it will help you in your coming days while working on different data sets. So please do subscribe this channel, and yes, we will be providing you a lot more videos related to Power BI and many more company related scenarios as well. So stay tuned and keep watching. Have a nice day.